Good evening, Fredonia. You're listening to The Local Lowdown on WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. I'm your co-host, Mel, the executive producer and promotions lead.
Hi, I'm your other co-host. I'm Jordan, and I'm the A&R lead here at The Local Lowdown.
And I'm Alex. I am in the booth making switches go and making the sound do soundy things. That is my job here.
Tonight's show is brought to you by Fredonia Radio Systems in a group effort to promote and showcase the local music scene here at Fredonia and in Western New York at large.
Alrighty, on our second episode back, we have our guest for the night. The weather might say otherwise. Yay.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, of course.
How's it going, everyone?
We're doing all right. How about you guys? Doing okay?
You know, we're
Hanging in there?
yep.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That's all you can do these days, honestly.
Yeah.
For sure. So we're gonna do some quick little introductions so everybody knows who's who does what in the band. Let's run through that.
Okay. Well, I'm Tanner. I play bass and I do a little singing.
I'm Zach. I play drums.
I'm Damien. I play guitar and I sing lead.
And we're the weather might say otherwise.
Heyo.
Let's go.
Alrighty, so we're gonna get right into the questions. So, how did you guys meet, and how long have you guys been playing together?
Want me to take this one? Yeah. So it's like a crazy story. Like, not crazy story. It's just like really long, and it's like we can get to the end of it. Like,
Give the
you could
brief
have just said, yeah. But like
Give us the short
basically,
version.
it was our buddy Dan who we live with now, and he kind of does a lot of our business stuff. We all started a band together, but as freshman year went on, just kind of like didn't work out, and then eventually it was just us three, and played our first show in April of 2019, our freshman year, and just never looked back from there.
By
Yeah.
any chance, was that Rock in the Commons?
No, that
I
was
think, yeah.
that was our third show ever.
Yeah.
Though. That was
Okay.
very early.
I saw a
Yeah.
picture of you guys in it's some newspaper, and I was like, that seems familiar.
Our first show was actually the only show at the dentist office there ever was.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that. I was
Yeah.
scrolling through you guys' Instagram, like doing some research, and I was like, this must be a house show way before my time.
Yeah, it was a one-time only thing.
Yeah, literally. And it got
Gotcha.
shut down
Aw.
halfway through by the cops.
Yeah.
Dang.
Oh,
Headliner didn't even get to play.
No.
serious?
No.
Oh yeah, it was tough.
You guys have good memories.
Yeah, not like that. You never forget.
That's
you know?
true.
No, it's
Yeah.
true. So how long though? How was it been like 4 years now?
Close enough.
Yeah, just 3.
Right? I think we just came up on 3 years.
Yeah.
Playing together, 3 full years.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we've been buddies since like early freshman year and stuff. So I mean, this fall will be about like 4 years of being like friends, but 3 years of the band.
Yeah.
This past month, yeah.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'm gonna roll into something that honestly I've been wondering for a long time. So here we have the weather might say otherwise. Also, Twimso, aka.
Yep.
So where did you guys get your very intriguing and unique name, but honestly kind of a mouthful sometimes?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we get that.
Are we
I don't know,
telling
you-
the real story?
Yeah.
Is there a fake
Well,
story?
now we can't tell
There's
the
like
fake
a
story.
million fake
Come
stories.
on.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess you'll hear it here first. I was just I was talking to a friend of mine from high school, and I was just messaging him, and I was like, we didn't have a band name at the time yet. Actually, we were gonna be called the title of our first EP,
yeah,
Youthful Belligerents, which is like
Oh,
where
wow.
we all didn't.
Right.
That would have been deep.
Yeah. Therefore, we didn't do it. But we were actually taking a trip out to the city to get like equipment and stuff where Zach used to live. And I was like, yeah, we're taking a trip out, but the weather might say otherwise because it was the middle of the winter. It was about the snow and stuff. And my friend was just like, is that the band name? And I was like, well, it is now.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
how that went.
He just kind of like told us, and he's like, "What do you guys think of that? That actually has a nice ring to it."
I mean, wait, were you guys the ones who created like your own nickname, Twimso, or is this something that kind of just you heard it elsewhere? And it's been
personally would say Dan Calderon of Erie Shores created it.
Yeah.
Because he was the first person I had ever heard shorten it, and I was like, wait, what did you just say?
And it rings. too.
After 2 years of hearing it all the time, I like it now. I like it.
Honestly,
Right.
yeah, because I think for like the last 2 weeks as we were, setting up to
It's been so
have you guys on
helpful.
here, everyone's like, the weather might, and I was like, it's Twimso. They're like, what? And even you were, I think, surprised. You're like, are you serious? And
No,
I was
I'm not
like,
gonna
"Yeah."
lie. The first like couple days, I was definitely saying Twizmo in my head.
I was like, Twizzler?
Oh, that's great.
Um,
We're taking that.
That's good enough. Yeah, close
That's a
enough.
fan name right there, Twizzler.
Twizzler.
Twizmo.
Oh no.
That's funny.
All right, so let me delve into at least some of your songs. So, for example, the song "I'll Drink to That" is quite reminiscent of early 2000s punk bands. How would you describe your sound? Do you see it?
Well, I would say I definitely I personally draw a lot of inspiration from those like early 2000s punk band stuff like Taking Back Sunday and like
I knew it
Census
was
Fail
coming.
kind of- yeah, exactly. But like that era of bands is definitely my favorite style of music and definitely where I get most of my inspiration for like the music writing and stuff.
Mhm.
But like that song, it's really funny. It's not even my riff. Zach wrote like the main riff.
Oh,
Zach
wow.
wrote, and then
Huh.
I just kind of like took it and wrote the rest of the song around it. But I don't know. I would say that's an interesting it's an interesting song because I don't think it is all that representative of our sound, but I think it definitely is a little tidbit into kind of what we are and kind of where we came from almost.
Yeah, I definitely know what you mean because I feel like with your guys' first EP, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was more of like an alt rock type
Totally.
thing.
Definitely, yeah.
No,
For sure.
definitely.
We've just been
And that's-
slowly honing in on what
Yeah.
our sound is.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a developing thing,
Yeah,
Totally,
exactly.
it's-
And we've been trying to get like a sound we really identify with for a while. And I think with the new EP we just like finished recording and whatnot, I think we definitely got that to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting there at the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And you guys have kept it very open because, like, I feel like most times when I see something about you guys, it'll say alt rock. It won't say pop punk. It won't say
Yeah.
anything like
Mm.
too specific. So I feel like as long as you keep it open, you guys can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
Which is
Yeah.
great.
That's the goal.
And we like to let people kind of hear whatever they want from us. And it's like if you think it's like this straight pop punk, then like you can think that. Like we don't care.
Yeah,
But,
we're
Right.
not gonna
you
argue
know.
with you about
Yeah,
it.
I don't know.
Okay, so your Spotify bio, it compares you to some people. So it has Blink-182, which fits right into that early 2000s
Yeah.
pop punk. Also Billy, this is one I'm not as familiar with.
Yeah.
Sorry, Biffy Clyro.
Yeah.
I know who likes that song a lot, but yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
artists a lot.
Okay.
I think we know who
Oh,
you
we
know.
know who
Yeah,
you
I
know.
think you know who I know, but we'll continue.
I don't know who they know.
That's okay.
Also Dinosaur Jr., who I feel like just always comes back around. Like people are always like, yes,
Yeah.
we draw
Yeah.
inspiration from
Yeah.
Dinosaur Jr.
Mhm.
And then Delta Sleep, who we actually almost had on here as Delta Sheep.
Delta Sheep.
So we got that fixed, Delta Sleep. Yeah, so do you guys feel like you continue to draw influence from them? I don't know how long ago your bio was written.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't
a
know. I mean,
while
like,
ago.
There's
mean-
like a lot of those bands, like I don't know, like something like Biffy Clyro, Blink-182, like those are like definitely ones that like have been there forever.
I
Yeah.
have this is a Biffy
Oh.
Clyro
Oh,
yeah.
tattoo.
Oh,
That's
man.
crazy.
Like I love Biffy.
And I just called him Billy by accident.
Billy
okay.
Clyro.
It's offensive.
They're
Offensive.
Scottish. They don't know what.
You didn't
like-
see it, his fists were clenched.
It's like
Stands
the
up to
Arthur
me.
meme.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think, like, especially Delta Sleep, that's like a very interesting one in there because, like,
Oh yeah.
Mm.
like I don't really think we like try to sound like them really, but like it's just kind of something that happens a little bit. And, like that's just kind of what like I don't know. Like we were influenced by like these bands like Biffy and like Blink and like like they kind of all
Yeah.
connect with each other. I don't know. You guys,
We
talk,
like-
I'm horrible. At
We
this, but-
definitely they're like some of our favorite bands. Like aside from Dinosaur Jr., that's just something that people have compared
we
us
get
to
that one a
all the
lot.
time. Yeah. But there's some of our favorite bands. I mean, we just naturally draw inspiration, I guess, from just listening to them.
Yeah.
So
Sweet.
yeah.
Alrighty, so I want to get into, I guess, your writing process. So when writing your songs, you guys write lyrics first and then put music to it. You guys put a melody, then lyrics. Does one of you mostly write lyrics, other one comes up with the melody? How does that work?
Well, so it's I don't know.
A bit odd.
Maybe it's a bit selfish. I don't
Please
know.
explain.
But so generally what will happen is that I come up with like a musical kind of idea, and then I'll work out different parts to kind of throw into the composition, and it'll be a while until I get it composed. But the music always comes first, and then I have kind of like a stash of lyrics. Like I'll write lines and stuff, and then I'll go back to them later when the song is done, and kind of see if I can fit lyrics into the song.
I
And
can
then
definitely relate to that.
the melody comes after that. So.
Yeah. I think they end up just being like puzzle pieces at the end that you kind of like,
Yeah.
this kind of fits together.
No, that's exactly what I think about
Yeah.
it as. Yeah.
Okay.
The lyrics are pretty solid, but I gotta know who's coming up with the song titles.
Oh,
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's
Well,
I think it's like kind of all of us.
It's a
Yeah.
group situation. Yeah.
Yeah. Which one? in
Which
particular?
one? Yeah.
we
Well,
could-
I mean, there's so many to choose.
we could just tell you the
I'm-
stories
I'm
behind them if you
personally a
want.
huge fan of Krabby Crab.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
That's
Okay.
all Damien.
Yeah, I'll take this. So this was like 2 years ago. I was at home, and I went to go get lunch with one of my buddies, and I don't even remember the exact context, but we were talking about like bullets and like the reusability of bullets, how you shoot it once it's gone. So, and then he said, well, you can't reuse a bullet, but you can reuse a brick. And that is what this song is actually called. The acronym Krabby Crabs, like it spells out, can't
Oh my
reuse a bullet,
God.
but you can reuse a brick.
This
you
is blowing my
serious?
mind. This
Yeah.
makes Solstice Jam make so much more sense. I was so confused.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is some sort of inside joke, but
Yeah.
I don't know what's going
That
on.
goes up on my wall.
Yeah,
That-
I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that as an
Me
answer.
neither.
Yeah.
Neither was I.
Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. These guys just like crabs and stuff. Yeah, it's
Nah.
just like, no, it's actually like very deep. And
You know, it wasn't on our questions, but it was, if we had time, I was going to be like, please explain. Or like when you guys were going to go in between set lists, I was like, I'm hoping they explain their song titles. I'm so curious.
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought that was just going to be like a classic emo moment where they're like, we have this crazy song name, but, we're not really going to tell you what it is.
yeah, exactly.
But it's got a legit
No, I'll lay
meaning.
it all out there. You guys,
Yeah.
Yeah, like what's the point of having a name like that if you can't
Right.
explain?
You can't
what it
share the
is?
fun.
For sure. I love it, man. All right. So we're talking about your most recent single a lot. I'll drink to that. So it has a unique album cover. Would I be wrong to say that was made on Snapchat?
No, that was,
was right.
I actually made that on Snapchat the day before we uploaded it to DistroKid and everything
Huh.
Sweet.
to get sent out. Well, and also I had the idea for a while, but it was, I did it in like 15 minutes, I think. I don't know.
Gotcha.
It took you that long?
Yeah, exactly.
Should only
Took
take
me a
5
minute.
minutes.
Took me
Was
a while.
there like a artistic purpose behind it, or is this very DIY? Let's do this.
Extremely DIY. I had seen that picture on Twitter. It was like a like science diagrams that look like memes, and I pulled the picture right from that straight into Snapchat. Did the little like black box with the
No.
Snapchat. Like it was so stupid, but
It stands out though.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say I think it works
Yeah.
pretty well. I think
I
it
think
turned
so
out
too.
well.
Yeah. No, it's living in my mind.
Yeah.
To
Yeah,
this
well, I
day.
mean that's what it's for. Yeah.
So both I'll Drink to That and 2020, they both kind of discuss substance abuse, alcohol abuse, something like that. Is there a particular reason for that sentiment? Do you guys want to speak on that a little bit?
Well, not to take all the questions, but I guess the biggest thing for me is that I had a very like odd relationship with alcohol and substances kind of for a long time, where it was like I definitely used it as a good amount of like a crutch to try and like to leverage in social situations so that I could be, more interactive and everything, because I'm a very like introverted person. And also like looking at like people like that were in my life that I had watched use alcohol a lot. It definitely like I just kind of like was able to see how like scary and how dark of a reality it could be if you got to like using it too much of a crutch. And like I don't know, I definitely like I just kind of wanted to like get some of that like awareness, I guess. I'm not sure, but yeah, I don't know. Just like people in my life that I had seen use it and like myself especially. But
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's definitely great to see that come through in your music, and especially with the sound that you guys do have. People might not expect there to be some sort of deeper message, which is kind of sounding bad now that I said it. Like, that's no
Rephrase
shot.
that
Oh, yeah, no, don't worry.
no,
worries.
it's not taken as one.
Yeah, not at all.
No.
Yeah. Well, all I was meant to be saying is good job.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's rewind back to your freshman year.
Oh boy.
How would you describe? I know. I think anyone thinking back on their freshman year is like, ooh.
I'm a sophomore and I still feel that way.
God, I'm a junior. But how would you describe the transition of the music scene since you were a freshman? I'm sure it's quite different than how you guys probably see it now. How has that like either played an influence, and how do you guys look at it now?
I mean, I don't know. Like, there was like a pandemic, like, kind of in there, like, in between now. So, like, it's like very weird. Like, and I feel like it didn't
Yes.
develop like kind of the way that it would. Oh crap. But like, I don't know. Like, I can't really name anything off the top of my head. Like, everything just still feels kind of so familiar and like just kind of like right where it left off before.
Well, I think there were a lot more venues. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like our freshman year, there were 3 house venues,
Yeah.
4 at some
Well,
times,
over
and
the course of
BJ's,
it, yeah, I think like 4 or
Yeah.
5 different venues.
the Lighthouse,
And then you had
And
BJ's going all year
Creek
round.
House,
Yeah,
BJ's,
exactly. And I mean, the
North
dentist
Pole,
office got shut
dentist
down,
office,
yeah.
but one show we already talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's in a sense like died off a bit in terms of like venues,
Mm.
but not in terms of like population, like people still coming to the shows.
Yeah.
There's still a really good amount of people coming.
Mhm.
I think it's just the overall, because when you think of the pandemic, and I don't think many people realize how much and how important just music, especially live music, is. And so
Yeah.
even when we reach out to like artists themselves or like people who are interested in like going to a performance, everyone's like, yeah, dude, I'm down. Like
Yeah,
I
totally.
miss it 100%. So I can definitely like see the
Yeah,
scene itself is
it's-
just growing from here.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I don't know, like things like I don't know, like it always was always just the same kind of like, I don't know, this sort of feeling, just like like it never left, it never was gone, and it might just be slowed down a little bit. Maybe there's like not as many venues, but there's still kids going to shows and like still bands playing, still bands
Yeah.
forming. So it's I think it's in a good state. It's
Yeah.
going up, so it's cool.
Yeah.
Kind of on the same note. So you guys have been together since you were freshmen. Wow, it sounds like I'm talking about a relationship or something.
Please
Aw.
explain.
Yeah, so you've been through a pandemic together. What's keeping you guys together at this point?
Not much.
Nah, that's not true.
No, that's not
it's so
true at all.
cheesy, man. I'm gonna say it, dude, but I think it's like we just love like what we do. We just love making music together. I think that's what it is. Like,
And love being together, honestly. Like, at this point, we just like all become this giant entity, I think.
Yeah.
yeah,
We move around in a little huddle and we just kind of.
we don't make decisions without each
No,
other.
I almost view it as like, you guys are friends, but you guys are working on a project together, and I'm sure it makes everything else just so much better because
Yeah.
then you guys are able to do things and work on things you guys both love, and then at the end of the day, you guys can just come home and being like, yeah, we're friends though. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. The pandemic was definitely a little tough though because
Ooh.
this man lives in Colorado.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
tested us.
No.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we did a lot of. We actually did a fair amount of writing over the pandemic, but we did it over like Zoom. Oddly
Yeah.
enough,
That's
not
commitment
really
right
Zoom,
there.
but we used a
Goo-
lot of Google Drive.
Yeah.
Google Drive. Oh man, it's like
Lifesaver.
best
there.
tool for a band for sure.
See, but that shows commitment right there.
Definitely.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hope.
So do you guys have any other advice on how other bands can continue to stay together through the years?
My biggest thing is like I barely know how we did it, and I just like you almost have to be really lucky in a sense to kind of be able to form a band with people
Yeah.
that like, because like it's like a brotherhood with us, and like
Mhm.
if you don't have that sort of connection with the people you're playing music with,
Mhm.
it's so much harder to write music, and it's so much harder to stay a band for an extended period of time. So I think the biggest advice I have is don't play music with people just because they're good at music. Like you have to find people you really
Yes.
connect with.
That's a really great point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the only way to do that is to try and form a band.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. You gotta
So,
try. but,
yeah.
One
Mhm.
comes
you know,
from the other.
Yeah, you gotta get out there a little bit.
It's a self-fulfilling kind of cycle almost. But trial and error.
That's true. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. You guys live in the house, or most of you. Am I
Yeah,
wrong?
all of us,
All of you?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't want to. I thought for a minute, I was like, Zach, do you drive up and down from Colorado?
Yeah.
I'm joking, man. I'm joking.
Come on, they told us they were watching Sandlot on the couch.
Oh, you're right. How could I forget? You guys obviously are part of like this huge house that's so big in the scene and has been for like a while. And that is the North Pole Strip Club, or I was not going to say, you know what? I was going to say the other names for it, and I don't want to give it away. All right. Which, you guys also run an entertainment company, which is Last Call. You guys are participating with multiple bands. You guys are constantly networking and meeting new people. How has that played a role as yourselves as artists? How do you, how does it help you as, individuals networking with these many people coming through? How has that played a role, at least for you guys as artists or as a band?
I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like the first show that like the house played, like while we lived there, like we played it as well, and we got to play with this band Super American from Buffalo. They're pretty cool. Like I always think about this. Like I never really liked them a lot. I listened to a couple of their songs, but after that, like I really started listening to them, and I had like some good conversations with them, and just like about like just regular stuff, and like I don't know, like, and every weekend or every time we have a show at the house, like the same thing happens, whether it be like someone playing in a band or just like someone who came through to see the show. You know? Like I don't know, so many people are like so creative and do so many things, and like I don't know, like I feel like we could definitely connect getting on this show, like to some one of the shows at the house, like at some point in the past for sure.
It's just really cool. It seems like you can like all of our professional like connections, you can definitely tie back to the house. Like every person we've met through basically like the entire industry, we could connect back to the house almost.
Yeah.
You know what? I could probably say the same thing. I feel like, and I feel like that can go for either a performer or just someone passing by, just, watching the show. I mean, I can say for myself, like, there were a couple times, freshman me would be super excited, but I'm like, how do I approach? How do I talk to? And like, just people there are just as nervous and excited as I am. And like to have all these people together just talking about either music scene, or just like stuff in general, I think that's what makes the house like so special and so recognizable. Yeah. And like what I'm a junior in it's like 3 years, and although there are new people taking it over, but it's just the same vibe, and it feels just as nice.
It's a special environment and like atmosphere, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I can say I cannot compare it to a normal party because I've seen both, and I'm just like, never again will I go to any other party. It's not the house show.
Man, I don't know how you guys run that place. Honestly, I hit my head so many times. One of you,
especially
a
Zach
lot
over
taller
here.
than.
It's a nightmare.
It's so bad. Like I mean, I was like telling them like I always duck when I'm going in doorways, but like they're like, dude, I gotta crawl, like, especially in the basement. Like you gotta like. I know where I can stand without hitting
like that
my
little
head.
space like in the middle.
I can just put my head up there and I'm just like a torso and like some legs. My head's just in the rafters.
Oh my gosh, the first time I saw that, I was like, this is hilarious. I was like, I can't believe I'm witnessing this.
I'm the short one, and I still hit my head down.
Oh no!
I've hit my head so many times on those freaking ducks, man. If I had to do that every weekend, I'd be throwing amps and guitars. I'd be livid. I wouldn't be able to do it.
I will say one more thing just on the house and the vibe it emits. It's really awesome to get to bring people there that have never went there before, and then they just feel so like welcomed in by the people that are there. And also like I just have people come with me, and then after the show, they're like, oh my gosh, like that was such an amazing vibe. Like I can't even imagine something really going too wrong there. Like I can't imagine someone ruining like it sounds cringy, but like the energy.
No, I totally know what you're saying.
Honestly, what was I saying earlier? I was like, at freshman year, I should have gotten paid for my service work for the house because every week I was bringing 4 to 5 people who have never gone. I think in my classes, I was like, you haven't heard of the house? They're like, no, what is that? I'm like, bet. Friday, 7 p.m., you meet me here. We go. You have a good time? Great. And it'd be the same thing every week. And at one point, I was just like, you know what? I honestly, I don't even have to get paid. I think I just have a good time every time I go there.
Heck yeah,
We definitely like to think of it as like a safe space too.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Like anyone's welcome
yeah, I don't
at
know.
all times.
And it's
basically.
funny that you say that about the kind of welcoming atmosphere, because we've had, especially last year, like when we weren't having shows, we had a lot of people that like just our friends from home, like Dan's friends or Tanner's friends, and they would always come down, and then like we would just like play for them and then hang out, and like it was always like this house is just like this vibe of like we just like I don't know.
Yeah, it's just entrances. Like he's got his friends
Yeah.
from where he lives, and they've been coming to
Oh,
some shows
yeah.
this semester. I swear every time after.
They came to their first shows this like actually a couple of weeks ago, and they all just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It's their first shows like ever, and it was just awesome.
Something about the house venue, it's just like it traps you in, and
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go again. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You just
And
know
then-
that you're gonna come back.
Yeah, you can't even fight it. It's
Honestly, and like with that being said, I think, for example, like the last show, no matter even like the issues that came about, so many people came. I mean,
Yeah.
unfortunately I couldn't come, but I've heard that so many people came. So many people still had a great time, and like with all that, it just comes to show what the
Yeah.
house itself and the
It's
people.
really amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel a little bad talking without Dan here because Dan is also like he's
Oh.
probably
Shout out
the
to Dan.
biggest part. Yeah, he's definitely like the biggest
Dan
part
runs
of that.
the house, but
No,
like
Dan
we
We're
does
just like
run
his
the
little
house.
minions. He just
Say
is like,
it.
hey, you do this, you do that.
we are just Dan's minions. That's
Call him,
all.
call him the Don Doyle.
Yeah,
The
Don
Don
Doyle.
Oh my
The
god,
Godfather.
that's awesome.
Okay.
For someone that's a sophomore, I'd like to get like a little history lesson on the house really quick. How many other bands before you guys have lived there? Erie Shores.
Who's got
Uh,
it down?
Kill the
Oh.
Clock and Northern State
So it's just been
But
like
Kill the Clock and Northern State
live
there at the same
together.
time.
Yeah, so I think it's been like consistently going since like 2014.
I would say like 2016 because I think like they had the
16,
first show there around like
sorry.
2014.
Yeah.
We could be. We don't really know for sure. I don't think
Yeah.
anyone honestly really knows like when it like
Huh.
became an official.
Well,
thing.
it was officially the North Pole Strip Club under
Kill the
Dan
Clock
and
and
Mike
Northern
of
State.
Kill the Clock
Mhm.
in 2016.
Yeah.
That was the first like official North Pole Strip Club show.
Wow.
And that was when Kill the Clock and Northern State were living there.
hmm
Gotcha.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure we could probably find like stickers of them
Oh,
somewhere around
yeah.
No,
the
we were
station.
looking.
No,
Yeah, there's a Kill the
there
Clock
are.
sticker out there.
There's
Yeah,
Kill
And the
Clock.
Northern
And the
State.
Northern
Erie,
State.
there you go.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Northern State. Yeah.
I have to go look for it then.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start wrapping up here.
Awesome.
So do you guys have any plans for Twimso in the future? Do you guys want to plug any merch or anything coming up? I saw a bunch of
Did
merch
somebody-
ideas on
did
the
somebody
story.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, please
The
do
Don
tell.
Doyle at work again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah, I know, we just
Nice.
got some T-shirts coming out. I think we have like Damien was saying, we got a big EP that we've been working on for like way too long.
He
and
says
it's coming
big. It's
out.
only 5 songs,
Yeah.
but it's big for us.
Big
yeah,
for
it's
us.
big
You know
for
what?
us,
These
yeah.
are songs. I mean, we
Yeah.
actually played the first song of Rockin' in the Commons is the first song on the EP.
Really?
Yeah.
nice.
We've had that song for a while now.
So, yeah.
Finally getting to record it.
Yeah, so that should be out of here.
Yeah.
Like probably have a single to announce soon. We don't know exactly, but
We'll have a BJ show later this semester too.
Yep.
So that'll be fun.
Ooh.
But,
Yeah, but I don't know. We're just like looking forward to like releasing that and recording some more and just like playing shows again.
yep.
Yeah, it's-
Pretty much.
Any plans to release anything on like I don't know CDs, cassettes?
Okay, Alex.
that, something?
Yeah, dude.
Interesting.
I like
know.
CDs too. I collect CDs, but it's a bit of a tough world out there.
Well,
Yeah.
but they'll be on CD. Don't
we're
worry.
we're
Yeah.
really gonna try. That's one thing we've talked about a lot is
Yeah.
CDs.
Yeah.
We want CDs.
I'm burning a few copies
Yeah.
of CD. It's
Just know
nothing
you have a
else.
customer right here who's
Yeah,
willing
for
to buy
sure.
it.
We've thought about
anything.
like drawing little things on like the CDs and stuff, and yeah,
I will
Something.
be the first customer at your door.
We will remember that.
yeah.
Okay, so we're now going to move on to our live acoustic set. Feel free to explain any behind the if there's any details you want to explain between songs, you're more than welcome to. Take it away.
She said, be confident, I'll take away your pain. The trees can still fall, even if the roots are engraved in the ground. The bullet holes in my foot are beginning to annoy me. We'll treat it all the same, self-destruct ourselves. How does it feel when there's no one to support you? How does it feel when you're losing control? How does it feel when there's no one to support you? How does it feel when you're losing control? But when just for a moment those pills fail their function, the cold interrupts, it'll bring real warmth, it'll love them. They'll beg it to stay, keep them under the sheets. It'll give them the comfort that no one else can. How does it feel when there's no one to support you? How does it feel when you're losing control? How does it feel when there's no one to support you? How does it feel when you're losing control? I eat all the food that you tell me to eat. Why did I do my clothes not fit into the mold? My body was slowly built for so much. The confidence is wearing out of me. In time will crumble, but I'll self-destruct myself. The rope will run too thin, and I'll go right back to you.
Thank you.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.
That's Krabby Crab.
That was Krabby.
That was Krabby Crab. Yep.
Next one's called Statute of Frogs.
Yeah.
And it actually was originally Statute of Frauds.
So yeah,
but-
Statute of Frauds, if
Yeah.
anybody remembers that from Shapiro's class.
Yeah.
God, I keep doing that. No, but I kept thinking they were saying Statute of Frogs, and I was like, frogs? And so we just ended up naming it that anyways.
Statute of Frauds.
I was like, that doesn't make no sense.
This one makes no sense.
Oh,
Has no
no.
purpose, nothing.
Let's go.
I will
All
say
right.
one thing about the last song is I really can't wait for that one to come out because Damien, I love the vocal melody. Like
Thank you, dude.
just like it
Yeah.
right off the bat, whenever I hear it, whether it was in Solstice Jam or right now,
Mhm.
it always like it just brings me right into it right away, and
Yeah.
I'm interested. So
That's dope.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm sure
thank
if you
you.
realized, but on the way in, I started like singing the melody. I was like, where did I hear that? You guys are just playing it, and I was like, ah.
Yep. Well, that makes me happy. It will be out with the EP, which will be out before the
Yeah.
semester's over.
We're actually
Awesome.
just playing through the EP.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
playing through the
Let's
EP right
go.
now, so you guys all
Plus
get a
one
sneak
song.
peek.
Yeah.
all right, great.
All right. Well, the song is called "Statue of Frogs." Straight up.
Are you a liar? You're terrified to quit. Controlled by the evidence from the cases in your backyard. I can't save you Why are you scared of me? I'm your only hope. Give in and let yourself go. Lie by, take a breath and move along. Yourself go. Lie by, take a breath and move along. Don't have to be a lost cause. You could be content with your own design. The beauty lies within your flaws. The dislocation sits deep in mine.
Oh, all right. Well, we're halfway through.
It's really cool to see on this show how each band is going to come in and convert into an acoustic set. And
Yeah.
I will say that your guys' songs sound really good acoustic.
They do. I feel like the couple times that I've heard you guys play like at the house, I
Mhm.
don't really get to hear yours, or maybe it's just like the microphones in there. But usually I don't really get to hear the melody sometimes.
Well, the biggest thing, he actually very recently, like, we haven't
Yeah.
been singing with the both of us for very long now. It's only been, like,
Ah.
this is the third-ish, like, formal performance where
Yeah.
we've both been
It's
full
working.
singing.
It's working.
Thank
guys
you
are
very
really
much.
good
Thank you.
together, yeah.
No, we appreciate that. But, so this next song, I actually wrote this right after, like, maybe 2 weeks after we got sent home for quarantine, like, 2 years ago. I wrote it at his house. I was living up in, like, one of his spare rooms. He had no knowledge of me writing this until
No, I didn't.
2 years later. But
Nice.
so it's a little acoustic one, but as if they aren't all acoustic. Jagged edges of your teeth fill your mouth with blood, will cut you from the inside. Doesn't feel so good. Jagged edges of your teeth will fill your mouth with blood. They'll cut you from the inside. Why
does it feel so good? Why does it feel so good? Why does it feel so good? Why does it feel so good?
That might just be my favorite.
I
Thank
was
you, that's-
just
that-
about to say the same.
That is the first
Beat you
time
to
that
it.
that has been played in front of like
Anyone.
anybody other
Really?
than the guy who recorded it.
Wow.
And, like,
Wow,
The band.
I feel special.
I do feel special.
I mean,
Well-
that's right behind 2020, but
Well, I'm glad you guys like that though. So that one won't be on the new EP. But,
Okay.
So this next one, I don't know. Hopefully it translates well. This one's pretty heavy. I do a good amount of like screaming and stuff. So I'm not. Gonna
He's
scream
not
right
gonna
now.
do it here.
Gotcha.
I was like, Dylan, prepare yourself.
Well, there's
No.
usually screaming on the frog one too,
Yes,
right?
yeah. There's a good amount of screaming on that one that we worked it out for this one, for this performance. But so yeah, this next song was I don't know. This one's written. This one's been written for a while, but
Oh, yeah.
it's called Virtual Blood Pact, and we hope you enjoy it.
I watched you deteriorate away. It was never sustainable. Clawing the ground just to fall back under. Calling the current to drag you out. Sinking down, waiting to drown. Calling the current to draw back out. I like to believe there's a little good in everyone, even me. But I know that I'll see the blood pouring from your irises if I look into your eyes. Clawing the ground just to fall back under. Calling the current to drag you out. Sinking down, waiting to drown. Calling the current to draw back out. I'm an afterthought. I'm streaming in God's face. You won't listen to me, but that was my mistake. A pretty drink doesn't always sit well between your teeth. A pretty drink doesn't always sit
Maybe.
Up next is Every Little Thing She Does Is Magic.
Oh man.
If only, dude.
I gotta say, I liked what you were doing on the bass there for a hot minute.
Oh,
you were,
nice.
You were
Thank
rocking
you.
it over there. I was enjoying that.
Yeah, but that was fun on bass.
That one is fun. Yeah.
All right,
We actually switched the last two, so.
Yes.
yeah. So this next one's called "I'll Drink to That." Okay. No. Okay. This next one is actually called "I'll Drink to That." Birds fly wide, I'd rubber bands the sun will hide for you. Oceans dry, the land is calling for only one man. The tours are eerie, all the while you crawl back now and God might talk, but there's no shot you'll hear him say your name. You'll call and call until she answers, just to leave as soon as you came. Wave was tired, managing 5 white lies until they're dead. The years are whirling, far too cold for healing motion. Every word you say, caught like an empty notion. Lights out early in the morning to feel no shade. Higher the product, the higher we get. Only we need a time and a night to believe. The difference is scary, they'll come for your needs. The moment you pass will be the ones to proceed. Fine wine and cherries will eat all you know. Oh, fear up your sleep, keeping needles below. Feeding to your conscience, the wishes untold. The bottom of the bottle is all that will show. Car got sticky.
Man, I love that song.
That song never gets old.
It really
Thank
doesn't.
you so much.
Yeah, I love when you guys do the breakdown and then go back into the riff one more time. Just like launch everybody back into it one more
Yeah.
time. It's great.
It's actually funny. We used to have a really long intro to that one.
Yeah, it used to like it was so it was like
Yeah.
like we just like didn't go right in for some reason.
And then he did it again. And now we all came in.
It was so
I
stupid.
see.
Like
Yeah, I think you guys made the right decision.
yeah. No. We used to have
That's
a
the whole car just
horrible problem.
waiting.
Yeah, exactly. We used to
Our
have a
songs used to be like
horrible
5
problem.
minutes apiece.
every single one.
Wow.
That speaking of, this next song is like 5.5 minutes long. But
Is it
Okay.
really?
this song's so long, man.
It feels longer than it is, I think. 5.5 minutes would be like 1/3 of the EP.
I mean, maybe this song takes up like a third of the
It very
EP,
well
bro.
could. I don't know.
That'd be kind of funky. All right, I gotta tune a tiny bit.
I would like to mention one thing while you're tuning. You can keep going. I'm just going to say something completely random. I'm the only one on this show today that doesn't have hair down to their shoulders,
Oh man.
which is crazy.
What an observation.
I
Wow.
know.
Dylan
I was
doesn't.
thinking about it.
Dylan does it.
That's true. But
Fun
it's getting
fact.
there.
Shout out Dylan. Thanks, dog.
Shout out
Shout
Dylan.
out Dylan.
Shout out,
Dylan.
Dylan. Thanks, dog. All right, you ready?
Straight in, right?
Yeah, whole
Okay.
intro is just.
Yeah, no. All right.
All right, this is our last song. We are talking about crimes.
No punk hairdos or racy outfits.
Reach around and tear yourself open. Don't let the sickness sneak inside. I'm fighting to be on my own, but the voices in the back of my head won't budge. Someday you'll come to realize that you've become the villain. 'Cause in the end you're not the one who gets to decide. We'll stick together. We'll march like ants on a line of sugar. You're someone that I'll never need, but I had to see for myself. For a blacked out night, it's a washed out photograph. Reach around and tear yourself open. Sometimes the dark isn't fleeting away. One day you'll come to realize a part of the villain doesn't seem too bad. We'll stick together. We'll stick together. You're someone that I'll never need, but I had to see for myself. For a blacked out night, it's a washed out photograph. You'll never feel my guts. You'll never see my insides. The reality's inside you. You will recognize your truth. I'll stay in line. 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 I'll stay in line.
Wow.
thank you very much for having us.
Oh yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And that concludes our second episode of the Local Lowdown. Thank you so much for coming on, you guys. I really, really appreciate you guys. And we're super excited to see what the Weather Might Say Otherwise has in store for us in the future now that we know that your EP is coming out. Next week, we're going to have on Violent Graffiti, who is an experimental and electronic rock, duo/group.
Yep, super excited to have them on next week. I'm sure they're going to have something interesting to offer. I'm very excited to be talking to them. Thanks for tuning into the Local Lowdown on WCVF 88.9 The Voice and WDVL 89.5 The Inferno. Thanks for tuning in. It's been amazing. Next week we'll be back with some more local music. Same time, same place. Yes. All right, peace out.
Bye-bye.
Bye.